Hey garden friends, happy Thursday! Surprise! We are in the glorious gardens and I'm so excited. So as we're joining, as you're hopping in, comment where you're from and tag your favorite garden center. I want to keep giving those guys love because man, they are working so hard for us right now. Tag them. If you can't tag them, that means you aren't following them on Facebook. So I strongly encourage you to do that too. Give them a follow, show them some love. Let's support them all we can. So where you're from, tag your favorite garden center as people are joining. So our code for today is FB Live, L-I-V-E 58. So basically Facebook Live 58, today's date. You'll get an additional 10% off all the plants that we're going to talk about today, and there'll probably be a couple little extra fun ones in the collection for you. But the collection is linked in the description of this video as well as pinned in the comments. So if you're joining late and you miss it, I'm going to keep trying to remind you guys. But some of these are already discounted, so you get an extra 10% off. And that code is good until midnight tonight. So yes, we are in the gardens. Things are starting to wake up. Some of our perennials and shrubs, the hostas are glorious right now. And it's just now getting to be about the time that we can start getting all of these amazing annuals in. So I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about this area in the garden here, and we're going to do some planting. But I have a very, very special guest with me this week that I'm so excited to introduce you to. Her name is Olivia. She is our garden designer. She's been designing the gardens here for 4 years, and has actually been here the majority of the time that I've been here. She does an amazing job, you guys. Any of you that get to visit our signature gardens here, if you're in the area, or if you came for our garden event the last year, you know the work that goes into making this just the most beautiful showcase of Proven Winners plants. So without further ado, I'm going to invite my friend Olivia in.
Hi, I'm Olivia.
This is our glorious garden designer. She does so good, and we're going to show you throughout the year. You guys can follow along. We'll keep doing stuff in the gardens to show you all of the hard work that Olivia and her team puts in to making it literally the most magical place on earth. I love coming out here. If you're just joining, leave us a comment below, tell us where you're from, and tag your favorite garden center. Let's help each other out and support our favorite places for the spring. Okay, so one thing that I'm super excited that Olivia is doing this year is she's adding in more shrubs and perennials. So we are the home of Proven Winners, and the majority of the annuals, Proven Winners annuals that you see across the country come from our greenhouse doors. So this really truly is a living, breathing catalog of all of the amazing Proven Winners annuals. And so for the last couple of years, I'm like, we need more perennials. How about some more shrubs? You know, and think about it. We plant our perennials and our shrubs because they're the staples in our gardens and we don't have to replace them year after year. Less work, right? So Olivia's got some great plans that I'm super excited about. So I thought we'd kind of just point to maybe some of the areas and kind of talk about like your goals and the purpose maybe, however you see fit.
So we've added a bunch of perennials right here. We have the lemon meringue baptisia, annual of the year for 2026, I think, correct?
Perennial?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we added a bunch of those. We've added a hydrangea hedge along the pavilion.
Hydrangeas!
Super excited about that. We added some mini mauvettes as a backdrop to the pavilion to go with some nepeta. We have added some of the lemon. It's a new nepeta.
Perfection.
Yes.
Lemon perfection.
Mm-hmm. Super excited about that. It's like it just pops. We have some hostas on order, some new hostas coming. Trying to anchor our beds with some different perennial shrubs. Helps fill in some space, and then they come back every year. We're doing a hydrangea display this year, which will be great this summer.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So we've got this whole space Olivia has mapped out, and she's going to be showcasing like 5 or 6 different clusters of different varieties of hydrangeas. So what that's going to do is show people like the differences and the comparables with the macrophyllus, the panicles, the arborescent. So you'll be able to see those different varieties of hydrangeas. And oh my gosh, it's going to be stunning in that area there. I'm so excited. But what's really cool too about even our pavilion area, we host weddings here in the spring and the summer. And so Olivia's always like, what do you think about the backdrop for a wedding? What do you think about, like, that's how much thought is put into, I mean, yes, obviously we want to showcase all of the beautiful proven winners, but Olivia does such a great job of showcasing our experience as home gardeners. She's got a little area planned back over there, and we'll show you, but it's really like you can do this at home, you know. So that is something that I really love about what's coming up for this year, is outside of the fact that you could literally spend an entire day here and never get bored or always see something new. It's bringing it to life for us so that we can pick up things that we love and learn how to do it at home. Now, here's the thing. All of the open space that you see, I mean, yes, we've got good structure with, you know, we've got the bloomerang lilacs over there doing a nice job, some trees scattered about and stuff. All of this emptiness get filled in with annuals. Year after year after year. And Olivia and her team, it blows my mind, the amount of work and precision that goes in. And it's simply stunning. It is absolutely stunning. We do have some photos, I think, in our photo library on Facebook from the garden event. And there's different photos that, you know, of the garden throughout the year. So if you're bored and looking for something to scroll through, oh my gosh, look at some of the pictures of our gardens. It's simply stunning. And in a few months, you'll be able to see the new gardens live. But anyways, Olivia does such great work. And
Thanks.
and it makes me so happy. I get giddy, you know, because I don't have to pull weeds here. Anything else that you wanted to mention? Like, there's also purpose here as well. Things are planted in such a way that it, again, that living, breathing catalog. We have lots of visitors throughout the year that come in, and so it's really showcasing new plants, showcasing our classics, our tried and trues, our top picks, the ones that are bestsellers year after year after year. So I don't know if maybe you want to talk about, or even Combo Alley or something.
Yeah, so the main focus that we start with is the 2026 varieties that proven winners are bringing out next year. So we make sure we showcase it in 2 different hanging basket combos, a monopot and a combo aquapot. We start with that, and then I start with my basis on what new varieties are going where, and then we just play. We make combos, come up with stuff for in-ground. I get on Pinterest. I look up pictures and inspo pics from years past, and
so see, play. Even the professional garden designer herself uses Pinterest like us to get ideas.
Designer block. It's a real thing.
Yes, it's a very real thing. It's a very real thing. If you've just joined, leave us a comment down below. Tell us where you're from and tag your favorite garden center. Today's discount code is FBLIVE58 for an additional 10% off all the plants that we're going to be talking about and planting up today. The collection is also linked in the description of the video and pinned as a top comment below. Tell them about Combo Alley. I love Combo Alley.
Combo Alley. Combo Alley features all the new varieties for 26 that are coming out. We're sure to do a mono aquapot on one side and then a combo aquapot on the other. So you can see some people prefer monos, some prefer combos. You see it as both. And then there's 4 hanging baskets per new variety. So we do 2 matching combos on one side, 2 matching combos on the other side. It's kind of fun to have the mono to see what it really does, but then to build the combo, it's kind of difficult sometimes because you don't know what the new variety is. So I try to go back to the research and development and see it, ask them what they're seeing, what it plays good with, because they've been sending show stuff out. So I kind of steal some combo ideas back there because I don't really know what they do.
And that's the beauty of this, is that we are truly getting a full experience of these new varieties, you know, and they've been in research and development for years before they actually come, you know, to where they're actually able to be purchased by us. But years and years of that, and then we grow them here and we get firsthand experience. And so that's how we really learn. That's how I learn. That's how Olivia learns, whether or not, A, if we like it, and B, how it grows, how it does in the sun, how it does in the shade, how it does paired with a Vista. Will it be eaten up by a Vista SuperTunia? You know, so, and I'm telling you what, you guys, walking through Combo Alley when it's in its prime, it is so magical. I think that's my favorite thing. You pull up and you just take a walk through all of the amazing combinations that Olivia does, which I know is not easy to do. But it's stunning. I can't wait to show you guys in full bloom. There's probably plenty of old Plant of the Day videos. We shoot in the garden as much as we can for Plant of the Day. And I think I remember a few intros when we were in Combo Alley, if you want to go get a sneak peek if you've never seen it before. Stunning. So what's your favorite part? What's your favorite part about designing or being in the garden?
Once it's planted and it's all done.
Yes.
And then you just watch it grow.
Yes.
Getting it in the ground, finishing, being like, yeah, it's done. And then watching it progress during the summer, taking pictures of something once it's small, and then it fills out nice and different things I like. I think we can all relate to that, can't we?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
What's the least favorite part?
Planting.
Getting it done.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you say, roughly, how many plants go in the ground? Do you know?
I have no idea. A lot.
Guess.
I mean, for the range 1 area up there, I had 9 full carts show up Monday for it.
So that,
I mean, and the shelves are,
9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gardeners. We're not mathematicians. 60 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4,000, 4,200. And that's one area.
Yeah, a lot.
One area. It is magical to watch this place transform. We're going to try and show you. We're going to try and keep you guys coming in here weekly to see the different progress we're making in the different areas and stuff. So, all right. Anything else you'd like to add?
I'm good.
Good? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Round of applause for Olivia. Okay. Jordan, do we have any questions? Yes? Okay.
Couple comments. We got Morgan asking, when do the gardens open to the public?
Ooh, great question. June 15th. The garden's open to the public. We do ask, though, that you call ahead, 654-6420, and schedule a time that you're going to come in, because we do host a lot of events and weddings, like I mentioned. So June 15th, open to the public, but give us a call ahead.
Jeanette says, hello from Chino Hills, California.
Chino Hills, California. Ooh, you've been gardening for a while then, probably. It's fun and exciting.
And this is from Gail from Toledo. She is zone 6B. She just received a huge delivery, and she says, is it too cold to plant her perennials?
No. You're in Toledo, not far from us. I planted a bunch already at home, too, actually yesterday. I was going to say this past weekend. It was yesterday, because we've had rain for 5 days straight. I can't really think of a perennial that wouldn't. I mean, I think we're kind of in the clear now. I mean, the 10-day forecast looks pretty promising. I think we're in the clear of snow. So I think you're safe to plant, Gail. Have fun.
And Michelle says that she loves coming here every year and she can't wait to see what we got in store for this year.
Oh, I love that, Michelle. We're so glad that you come. You'll have to let us know when we can have coffee and take a stroll together. That would be fun. Yes, I'm excited too. I can't wait. This place starts to fill, and it's like the drop of a dime too. I know it's a lot of work, but man, Olivia and her team rock it out, and it's just covered in color. Gorgeous. Good?
And then finally, Debbie said, hi, Nikki and Olivia. Beautiful job on everything you both do.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much. All kudos to Olivia and her team, man. I just come in and soak up all the beauty when she's all done. But I am going to help her today. I am going to help her today. So right here, I am in the area we are doing SuperTunia monos and all of these Aquapots lined up here. We do different things each year, but this year they're focusing on the SuperTunias, and it's just a mono planting of each variety. So what this does is it shows everyone exactly how they perform. you know, on their own, all on their own, exactly what they're going to do. And what's also cool is you kind of get a compare and contrast on them, like the Royal Velvets and the Mini Vista Indigo. Basically the same color, but you see the difference between the habit and performance of a classic SuperTunia, the Royal Velvet, versus a Mini Vista, the Indigo. So this is a really great comparison to just walk through and see what this plant is going to do all on its own. And it's where you get your ideas of other plants that you want to plant with it, because you see exactly how much it's going to trail over the container, exactly how much it's going to fill up, and then you get to pick your favorite colors. So of course, today we're starting with purples, my absolute favorite, and we're just going to kind of go through and we're going to plant each. Olivia has this amazing plan of doing like an ombre effect all the way down all of the aquapots, of starting with purple and going down the colors of the rainbow. It's going to be so pretty. So unless we, oh, you know what? Discount code. I am trying so hard to remember this more for you guys. FBLIVE58. FBLIVE58. That is going to get you an additional 10% off all the beautiful SuperTunias that you see here, and probably some are extra in the collection. Right now, some of them are already on sale. So you're getting a killer savings on these. And it's time to plant, garden friends. So use that discount code at checkout. Super easy. The collection is in the description of this video and pinned top in the comments. If you're just joining, leave us a comment below, tell us where you're from, and tag your favorite garden center who are working so hard for crazy gardeners like us right now. Okay, so we are starting off our first aquapot with a new Tiara blue. Tiara blue. So this was introduced last year, but it's a new variety for this year. And we have the blue and the pink. We got lucky enough to grow them ahead of time. I grew both. My mom grew both for me as well, because we have two different spaces, different soils. That one of my sweet friends here that does just a multitude of tasks around the greenhouse. When we were growing it and we were talking about the Tiara pink, she was like, she doesn't shut up. She doesn't shut up. And she was so right. All season, these tiaras are really good performers. Really, really good. I will say that the blue does not get as vigorous and just grow like crazy like the pink. So if you're looking for something a little bit more restrained, this blue, I mean, in this color's the perfect purple with that lighter contrast on the inside of the eye. I absolutely love this one. It's going to spill over your containers. It's got a nice mounded habit. As with any SuperTunia, it can trail up to 3 feet. So, I mean, it's going to take up a lot of real estate. But just because I was talking about the pinks, I cut mine back, I think 3 or 4 times last season. And I'm telling you what, she doesn't shut up. So if you're looking for, Lynn, that's for you if you're watching. But if you're looking for a vigorous grower like bubblegum, Tiara pink. So anyways, let's get planting up these purples. I was given instruction of planting in 5s for these because, again, they are vigorous growers. So I'm just going to lay them out here, and then I'll talk a little bit more about them. If you guys have not, thank you. If you haven't tried our soil, do it. I was always the girl that went to the garden center and bought the cheapest bag. Okay? Not full transparency. Sometimes if I'm in a pinch, I still do. Okay? So I always went and I looked for the cheapest bag. Ace Hardware, Lowe's, you name it. I went, whatever was on sale, that's what I got. As I've mentioned, if you've watched any of our videos, I am not a scheduled gardener. I miss waterings. I probably should take better care of my plants, okay? But I have 4 children. I'm very busy and work full time for our garden friends like you. So that's my favorite part about the Proven Winners plants and products. They are so forgiving of us. So I finally switched fully over to the Proven Winners soil. You guys, I have never felt anything so light and fluffy. It feeds our plants for lazy gardeners like me who forget. It's got that built in. It has all those good things that really guarantee success as we're planting. So if you've not tried our soil, highly recommend. I don't even care if you buy it from us on ProvenWinnersDirect.com, but get yourself some. The soil will change your gardening game. I promise. All right. off. Actually, I'm going to take my watch off. Don't want my band to get all dirty. So this is a mono. We're doing all monos, single variety. These are going to spill over this planter. I guarantee you it will be at least beyond halfway of the whole pot by, I'm going to say, beginning of August. Vigorous grows. SuperTunias are the best petunias, period. You don't have to deadhead these. It is not your grandma's petunias. You don't have to sit on the porch and deadhead and then sweep off all of the things that drop and stain and all the things. You cannot beat these. I don't have time to deadhead petunias. I refuse. We don't have to with SuperTunias. So these are our eco pot containers. These are fully compostable. You can plant, and I'll show you in a minute, you can plant these right in the container. Anytime I'm doing a planter or combination, I never plant in my ecos because I pack the plants in that there's no room for them. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm taking them out for the same reason here. We pack our beauties in. Hold on, do I like that? Yeah, I like that. So to show you how these work, it's got pull tabs on either side. The nutrients are built right into the walls of these containers, made by plants for plants. Fully compostable, not going to sit in the landfill. We have a question.
Yes, Gail would like to know the diameter of that container.
16? 18? I'm going to guess 16. I'm going to guess 16. 16-inch diameter on the pot. Good? Okay. All right, so pull tabs, 2 pull tabs on either side. So if you're planting your annuals or quartz, we have the eco quartz now too. You just simply, I always take off the bottom too. And what this does, it obviously opens it up and allows the roots to expand and continue to grow. You can plant this right in. I'll do it in front so you can see. You can plant this right in there. So I mean, like, it's super easy and you can't tell the difference. In the beginning, it's giving those nutrients that are built into the wall of the container to the plants, which I love for in the beginning of the season, because I usually don't start my water soluble right away. I get them planted, let them get acclimated, let the weather figure out what it's going to do, and then I start once the heat really kicks in. So being that I'm not already water soluble fertilizing, it's providing nutrients too alongside the time release fertilizer that you can use at planting. So there is benefits. If you're like me and you overpack all of your containers though, take it out. It's just easier. All right, so I am going to take this guy out. Pop them in. So normally when I'm planting my annuals, I mix time release fertilizer in the soil before I start planting. Olivia and her team do that separately. So they've got a lot to plant up. So they're going to come back through, water it in, give it some fertilizer. I was telling you guys I got limelight primes to do on the other side of my porch. I have a hedge of regular limelights. Oh, by the way, the tabs, if you are planting in the container, pop those in the soil. Nutrients. Don't waste nutrients. What was I saying? I was planting yesterday. My limelights.
You have 2 hedges.
I have 2 hedges. I don't know. I forgot. I don't know if it was about, fertilizer maybe? I don't know. Always use it. Yeah. I was going to explain. That's right. I dig my hole, throw my fertilizer in, throw the plant in. My annuals, I just mix it in. Perennials and shrubs, put it in the hole. I'm excited to see my 2 hedges. I've got 3 limelights on the right side of my front porch, and then I did the limelight primes on the left side. So we'll be able to see a good comparison of the difference. All right. So this 16-inch, we're guessing, diameter container, we have 5 of the Tiara blues planted here. You don't need 5, but we do, because we are going for the wow factor. If you were planting this at home, you could get away with 2. And then you could add in, some other thrillers and spillers and such. But the SuperTunias, man, they grow. They're going to put on a show. So this is really going to be impactful. We'll be excited to give you some before and afters on that. I'll pause. Do we have any questions? No? Cool. If you've just joined, the code for the discount for an additional 10% off all of the SuperTunias that we're talking about and planting today is FBLIVE58. Facebook Live 58. Today's date. Easy peasy. It's pinned in the comments and it's in the description. You get an extra 10% off, already discount prices. It's planting time. Good little sale. We love it. We love plants, but we love more when they're on sale, right? Comment below. Tell us where you're from. Tag your favorite garden center. If you can't tag them, that means you aren't following them. And you should be following them. And you should be showing them all the love in the world right now for all the work that they're doing for us to have a good, successful spring. And if you can't find the Proven Winners plants that you're looking for, first tell them what you want so they know what to grow for you. And if you can't find it, provenwinnersdirect.com. We do our very best to have all those hard to find varieties that you just have to have, because that's how we are. All right, moving on. One more? Okay.
Kelly said this is her first time planting Proven Winners SuperTunia Vista bubblegum this year. She put it in a 16-inch pot. In 3 weeks, it has started spilling over the top of the pot, and she's super happy and excited.
I believe it, Kelly. I absolutely believe it. You cannot beat Queen Bubblegum. Tiara Pink might give her a run for her money, but you cannot beat Bubblegum. I'm so excited it's your first time. It's going to blow your mind. I'm excited. All right, moving on to one of my all-time favorites. This is Royal Velvet. I'm sorry, but you cannot tell me there is a more perfect color than Royal Velvet. It is the most richest, classy color of purple. I've planted Royal Velvet for years. I planted Royal Velvet probably even before I became a Proven Winner snob, and now will only plant a white pot for good reason. But boy, I love Royal Velvet. So this is also a classic SuperTunia. So we're going to do 5 in this. I think that in comparison to the Tiara Blue, I feel like it's got about the same vigor. You think? Yeah, I think it's about the same vigor. I have planted Royal Velvet with Bordeaux, the Mini Vista Whites, Priscilla. I do Angel Face as my thrillers, Ipamea as my spillers, the Super Venus. There's really Super Bells. There's really nothing that I have paired with Royal Velvet that wasn't successful. It's kind of one of those, like, I don't know. I don't have the word, but like you can plant it with anything. You can plant it with anything. There's probably a specific word for that. I just can't think of it. She's one that is easy and you don't have to think about, right? You just love her for her gorgeous color, and then you pick other plants that you love for their gorgeous color, and you put them together in a pot and you're super satisfied. Again, we don't deadhead these guys. We don't deadhead our SuperTunias. We don't have to. Some of you like to do that, and I have no judgment for that. There's no shame in your game. If you are a deadheader and it gives you peace and you love that, cool. I love that for you. This I don't recommend if you are going to deadhead, right? We don't deadhead by doing that. You're going to want to take your snips or your scissors if you're like me and just clip off a little bit. You're going to want to get a little bit of the branching. Deadheading is beneficial for the plants if you like to do it. It creates more branching. It helps them continue to grow. Strongly recommend a good hard trim, depending upon your zone. I usually do mine towards the end of July. Good, strong, hard trim. If you're in southern climates, actually, I don't remember where I saw this. It might have been in Gorgeous Gardens, but somebody was in the south and they had been gardening for months already, and some of their SuperTunias were looking a little rough. It was time for a trim and it's time for a fertilize because they've been gardening for so many months. So like us here in Michigan, by end of July, early August, I'm ready to cut them all back, and it'll break my heart for 30 seconds. But then they're going to come back and push out all those magnificent blooms again. So if you're a deadheader, cool. There's no shame in your game, but give it a little clippy clip. All right, I'm going to stop yapping. I'm a yapper. Any questions?
Gracie said she loves the purple so much.
I do too, Gracie. Gracie actually really does know and love the Royal Velvet. Gracie is my sweet, precious daughter. So she's seen it for years and years and years at home. Thank you for commenting, sis.
Got another for you? Gail said she'll be at Perrin's in Ida, Michigan before it opens on Sunday. She better check if it's open for Mother's Day, but she loves the plants, loves the prices, and loves the employees there.
Agree. And I heard, top secret, probably not top secret, Perrin's is loaded with white pots, Gail. Loaded. I heard that there are more white pots there than has ever been there before. My mom and I go every Mother's Day morning, and we hit all of our faves, and we try to find a couple new garden centers as well. I go visit her on Thursdays. And Mom, if you're watching, you want to go to Perrin's tonight? Our little appetizer for our Mother's Day splurge of garden centers. Because if we wait until Sunday, there might not be as many white pots. Just think about it. Let me know. It was full yesterday? Gail, I love Perrin's. Maybe if I can talk my mom into going tonight and you can make the trip from Toledo, we could go. If not, maybe I'll see you Sunday on Mother's Day.
And got one from Grace Johnson. I can use Blew My Mind in the shade. What other choices are there for true blue plants?
Blew My Mind in the shade, I would not recommend, Grace. It needs lots of sun. I kind of consider that one to be very succulent-like. Dry, can neglect it, but make sure you're putting it in full sun. If you're looking for blue in the shade, that's tough. Blue in the shade. You could probably get away with some of the salvias. Now, they always say full sun on the salvias, and they are going to do their best in the full sun, but those are really strong plants that I think you could get away with. You know, make sure maybe at least a little bit of sun, a couple hours during the day. But the Rockin' Blues, thank you, Rockin' Blues. The Rockin' Purple, I know you're very particular about your blues, but you could get away with it there. Perennials, you could do the Bruneras. They have a beautiful periwinkle blue bloom in the springtime. Lungwort, polka dot, pinka dot, good one, Olivia. But yeah, blue in the shade's tough. Blue hostas above the clouds, water slide. Look at all these hostas. Good question, Grace. But keep her Blew My Mind in the sun. Do that for me, please.
Grace also asked, my star divas are flopping. What should I do?
Your star divas are flopping. Probably, well, it depends on how long you've had them planted, but they probably need a little bit of water and they probably need some food. If you've been gardening for a few months and they're flopping, I'd give them a trim too. But otherwise, start with water and food and make sure they're out in the sun. They love the sun. Good? All right. Keep planting. I can do many things at once, but not talk on Facebook Live and plant. Sure. I'm going to have to open this guy up. The roots are getting stuck. There we go. I'm telling you what, I could be having the worst day in the whole entire universe. And the second I put my hands in the soil, everything gets all better. And they're purple, guys. My favorite bloom colors. If you're having a bad day, take your shoes and socks off, get outside and walk on the grass and plant something. ProvenWinnersDirect.com, we got lots of plants you can buy right now. All right, good to move on? One more pot? Okay. Next up, I think this is the Indigo. Yes, Mini Vista in ultramarine, not the Indigo, ultramarine. So as you can tell, this is going to be a really great contrast because it's virtually the same color as the Royal Velvet. The main difference, I would say, in their growth habit is that the minis are very, very densely branched, and they're kind of like spreaders. So they're kind of like a really good ground cover. They're going to spill nice over the edge, not fill as much, not as mounding as the Royal Velvet would be. It's more of a kind of a spreader. Olivia did an awesome thing a couple years ago in one of the areas in the garden where she did all of the mini vistas, and it's like this mound. We'll show you, but it's this mound, and I'm talking the most beautiful ground cover in the land. But that's kind of how this will grow. So I recommend these more as almost like a spiller versus a filler in your container, just because of the way that they grow. Now, because they are so densely branched and because they kind of crawl out of the container. These, if you would like to keep it more of a tidier habit or act as a filler a bit more and mound up, trim them. So if they get squirrely, you know, if they're getting squirrely, give it a trim, and it's going to keep branching up and it's going to keep filling up in the container. But man, they are going to be covered in these blooms. That's the best part about the mini Vistas. All the SuperTunias are amazing in terms of growth. You compare them with just about anything, you know, just great performance. But the minis are like a blanket of blooms, and you can't beat this color bloom. Love it. All right, you want me to do more than 5 in this one?
Yeah, longer. It's a bigger pot. You don't want to get soil in the tube also.
Whoops. 2, 4, 6, you think?
Yeah, this should be good.
Okay. As with all SuperTunias, part to full sun. The sun will not hurt them. I tend to go more towards full sun. I also had these big, huge, giant blue cedar shrubs against my front porch, and they ended up blocking a lot of the sun from my planters on the porch, so it was more of like, I was lucky to get 4 hours of sun. I have always planted SuperTunias. I always plant Superbenas. They were fine. They still grew. But if you're looking for that, whoa, baby, give it some sun. Lots of sun. Lots of sun. And once they're established, fertilize once a week if you can. If you can. They will love you for it. I can't always do it once a week, but they still blow my mind. They're forgiving. You could pair these with just about anything, just as I said with the Royal Velvet. Again, I would not really, unless you're going to do some trim work to get it as a mounder to fill in, I would count on these more of a spiller in your container. You're going to want something that has a little bit more mounding, like the Royal Velvet, to pair with it for your combos. But man, you can do any color you want with this purple. Or you could just do like we're doing and do all purple. We'll have a good comparison. You'll be able to see the exact difference of the way that they grow. This was a great idea, Olivia. Okay.
Jeanette says that she loves Proven Winners plants. They make her happy, and she has SuperTunia Vista bubblegum, and it is exploding nonstop. But she's trying to order Tiara Blue, and it's sold out. She's asking, when will it be available again?
Give us another week. A week at the latest, but keep checking. And actually on the site, if you you can enter your email address, it'll say sold out. Enter your email address to be notified. If you put your email in there, you get an automatic notification. It'll go to your email and say when it's back in stock. So, highly recommend, because those babies are selling quick for good reason. They're gorgeous and they're new. New ones always sell quick, but try back in about a week or sign up, and then you don't have to wonder. You'll get notified.
One more? Grace Johnson says she loves how Olivia is getting you to do her work.
Work smarter, not harder.
Olivia said work smarter, not harder. This is not work for me. It is for Olivia because she's planting thousands of plants. But as I mentioned, if you're having a bad day, Grace, maybe you need to get your hands in the soil. Just kidding. I love this. This isn't work. I'd plant all day. But I think if I had to do it like Olivia, it would be work. And I wouldn't love it as much. So, fertilizer, start at planting with the time release. Okay, I'm not showing you that right now because they've got a plan for this. We're going to help them get as much planted as we can. Then they'll do everything in swoops, right? Time release fertilizer at planting. That's good for about 3 months. It feeds our plants when we forget to. It's a beautiful thing. I use it for everything, annuals, perennials, and shrubs. Once they're established, I tend to give mine a couple weeks. I say that I'm doing what's best for the plants, but really it's because I'm lazy, okay? Kind of like I don't clean out my garden beds until it's at least 60 for 10 days. It is what's best for our pollinators, but, procrastination. Anyways, water-soluble fertilizer, weekly, once they've been established. So in a couple weeks, you know, I'm sure that Olivia and her team, they're going to start hammering the water-soluble fertilizer. And here's the thing, these plants can take it. I know people that every watering for their annuals, they use water-soluble fertilizer. Every single watering. So diligent. Gardening queens. They're not going to burn out. They're not going to burn out. I think on the label it recommends every third watering to fertilize. I try to do it weekly. You know what? We do our best. So at least weekly. And they'll be fine too without it. But if you're looking for that whoa baby, like I said earlier, fertilizing is the key. They're forgiving. They will be beautiful for us anyways. Just tell them they're pretty. That's my favorite thing to do. But that's the really get your bang for your buck is the water-soluble fertilizer on our annuals. Good? Okay. That one went quicker than I feel like the other ones did. All right, here is the Indigo that I was just talking about. So this one has almost like, it's not as that deep hue as the Royal Velvet, but it's got almost like a bluish. So Grace Johnson, you love blue plants. This might be good for you. Vibrant. Indigo, I don't remember if it was last year or 2 years ago. I did it in my purple combos up front. I always do purple in the front, although I think I might change it up this year. I don't know. Anyways, vibrant. This is a purple that like stands out. Reminds me of kind of like jazzberry. You know, jazzberry's got that whoa baby. I don't know why I'm whoa babying everything today. But it's vibrant. Vibrant pop of purple. Absolutely love it. Very similar habit as the... What did we just plant? Ultramarine. Thank you. Ultramarine. It's a mini Vista. Similar habit. Same growth. Just a little bit different shade of purple. And I think I'm going to do 6 of these too. The mini Vistas, just to give them more wow right in the beginning. These are going to mound like this. The classic SuperTunias and the Vista SuperTunias, a much bigger mound. They're going to have a nice mound, but they're really going to spill over. Really, I mean, you can even see how dense the branches are just in the container. I mean, that is packed in. So you can imagine that many branches, how many blooms are on these mini Vistas. Stunning! The roots are getting a little tangled. It's ready to be free. I love that color. Again, I don't know if you were here earlier when I was talking about the Proven Winner soil. I was sorry if you have to hear it again. Facebook Live is weird for me. But I used to be the girl that and sometimes I still am. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm out of soil and I need to run to the hardware store, right? I'm going to buy the cheapest bag they got. I was always buying the cheapest bag of soil I could find until I became a complete Proven Winner snob, which if you know, you know. This soil works so much better. Such great drainage. It's got all those good nutrients. I could probably rattle it off, but I have to think about it. And right now I feel very on the spot. No, I'm not going to try because I don't want to screw it up. But all the professional grade nutrients it's a very rich soil. It's light. You know how when you get a big bag of soil and you're like trying to carry it out to the truck? It's light. You can carry it. That's how you know it's good. It's such good. And it feels so good. If you've not tried the Proven Winner soil, guys, I know I am the crazy plant lady and I tell you everything's the best, but I promise I wouldn't say it if it wasn't. And if you have Aquapots, those things you can keep out, you know, and to be able to move them around sometimes, that gets heavy once you put in your soil. Proven Winner soil is nice and light. Makes it easier to move. All right. Do you guys struggle with these at home too when you're planting with the ecos? If you do, my trick is to remove it, even if you're not planting them, because, you know, the little roots get a little up in there. Remove it, push it right out. Don't sit there and struggle for 5 minutes like I just did. or you can plant them if you so choose. In combos and containers, I do not plant the eco pots. I did it in the ground though. Did it with my veggies last year for the first time. It does give them some juice in the beginning. I will say that.
Couple comments?
Sure.
Kate said that the soil is lightweight and easy to work with.
Yes, it is, Kate. She's used it before. She knows. Lightweight and easy to work with.
And Marina says, love to change the scenery. Can't wait to see the gardens blooming this season.
I know, Marina, me too. It's going to be so gorgeous. It's hard to have a bad day here, man. Walk outside, hang out in the garden. Hard to have a bad day here. And you know what? Like, I wish I didn't sound like a crazy plant lady, but I think that the part that really, the switch that it really flipped for me is seeing the start to the end. You know, I've grown proven winners. Even before I worked here, I grew proven winners. But seeing the start to finish, having conversations with the people that are growing these plants from little baby cuttings, and seeing the work and the dedication and the amount of preciseness that goes into growing quality plants. Like, I get to see, I'm so blessed to be able to see start to finish. And that's, I think, why I can get on here and be so crazy and give you all the whoa babies. Because I wouldn't do this. Trust me. I would not be on Facebook Live otherwise. I promise you, as sure as I'm standing here. Furthest thing from it. But I can do it because I'm honest with what I'm telling you. And I've experienced growing these on my own, and then having the experience of being in the place that grows them to start. And I believe in it. So, you know, when you believe in something, you can stand up for it, right? I fully believe it. And I think that, I truly believe that if I was walking out on the street and I had a tray of bubblegum SuperTunia and I was just handing them out to people that had no idea what it even was, if they planted it, they would be proven winner snobs too. White pots only, guys. You're visiting your garden centers, white pots only. I can't wait to go fill up my cart with white pots.
One more?
I feel like I did this a little weird, Olivia.
They'll fill out fine.
Yeah, I did it weird. See, you can't do two things at once.
One more comment?
Sure.
Gail said she totally agrees about the water-soluble fertilizer. It makes a huge difference. She bought 2 Aquapots in August at the garden tour and is going to plant them up tomorrow. And she wants 2 more, so maybe this August she'll get 2 more.
Yes, I love that. Aquapots changed my life. Changed my life because now I am the water irrigation system at my house. I don't have drip. I wish I did. I'm getting there. Olivia's going to teach me. I'm the sprinkler. I'm the hose. I am going to invest in one of those retractable thingies that I've been seeing online though. Anyways, because I'm the water irrigation system, I love the aquapots. The truck distracted me. Too many squirrels out here. You only have to water once a week. I mean, it's good to water your annuals and your combinations in the heat of the summer daily, you know, but at least every other day. They'll start drooping and screaming at you and, you know, to water. Aquapots, you don't have to do that. You don't have to worry about it. It's one time a week, sometimes 10 days, depending upon how much sun they're getting. You fill these bad boys up and that does the work for you. I cannot speak enough about aquapots. And here's the thing. You don't have to buy the whole planter. Those, you know, I get it. We're all on budgets, right? We want to spend our money on pretty plants. We have the inserts. So you can put our inserts in any pot that you have at home. And it turns your, I mean, some of our planters mean something to us. They're special. Our first planters that we got here, or our mom's got us this one, or this one was at my grandma's. Some of those containers are special to us, but you can still make it an aquapot and it will change your life. Soil, 2 things to take away from today outside of the gorgeous pretties. Proven winter soil and the aquapots, the pots or the inserts. The new lights are really pretty though, guys. Really pretty. Sorry, squirrels. Any other? Good? Okay. All right. I think, how are we doing on time? We're at 48 minutes. Wow. See, I'm a yapper. I'm going to do one more because I want to talk about Violet Star. Sorry, Olivia. I'm a yapper. All right, so this is the Mini Vista. I don't want to say it wrong. I keep saying I'm wrong. Yep, Mini Vista, Violet Star. So these blooms are still a little bit baby right now. They're going to fill out nice. But, I mean, how cool. If you're, that really adds. I wish it was, do I have a bigger one? No. It's going to fill out. It's going to be about that big. But boy, does that purple stripe really showcase. We've got a couple different ones. We have the Violet Star. We have the Pink Star. We have the Lovey Dovey. The Pink Star and the oh, thank you. Pink Star. These are minis, Mini Vistas. Is that a Lovey Dovey? It's a SuperTunia. Yep. And then this is the Lovey Dovey. This is the SuperTunia. So you can see the difference already. The Mini Vista blooms are going to be a little bit smaller. That's Olivia's famous line. That's a funny story. I feel like I should tell it. So a couple years ago, Olivia had just started, and I was being full court pressed on doing videos. And I was defending, okay? I was defending it. But we gave it a whirl. It was the first video that I ever shot. Olivia and I were here in the gardens, didn't even know each other from Adam. She had just started. I was fairly new. And we're just walking around, and the direction that was given to us was, I don't know, just talk about the plants that you're walking by and your experience with them. And neither one of us had ever done this before. Believe it or not, I don't know that I was cut out for video, but look at me now. So we're walking around. I think we were in Combo Alley. And I was talking something about the Mini Vista. Actually, it might have been the yellow.
It was the new Mini Vistas. They were Scarlet Midnight and yellow.
Yes.
We were talking about them.
And I was like, they're just so much smaller than the regular SuperTunias.
They're so cute.
And Olivia goes, yeah, that's why it's called a mini.
The video got nowhere.
We got a lot of laughs out of people in chairs, I can tell you that much. But look at us today, Mark and Sue. Look at us. All right, back to this yapping. So you can tell the difference. Mini Vista, regular SuperTunia, both have beautiful stars, lovey-dovey, but a little bit bigger bloom. Different habit, a little bit bigger bloom. Thank you. Okay, hurry up and get these planted. And really the main difference is truly the bloom. It's the bloom. If you like the star look, it adds some different dimension to your containers. You can pair it with anything, just like even the regular colored blooms. It's just preference. That's the best part about gardening. Do what you want. Do what you like. You want me to do 6 in this one too? Or 5?
Kind of a bigger one.
Yeah, I'm going to do 6. Whew. Any other questions? All right, so as a reminder, the discount code is FBLive58, Facebook Live, today's date. You get an additional 10% off all of the SuperTunias that we're talking about today, and actually the rest that I was supposed to plant up, but I spent too much time yapping. So check that out. The link is posted in the description of the video as well as pinned in the comments. That goes until midnight tonight. So act fast, garden friends. It's planting time. If you're having a bad day, it's planting time. If you're having a great day, it's planting time. The sun is shining. The squirrels are out and distracting me. It's time to plant. The SuperTunias are the best petunias, period. If you take nothing else away today, all right, I'm adding something. I said the soil and I said the Aquapots, but I'm also saying SuperTunias are the best petunia, period. I have grown them for years. I'm sure we all have. I mean, if you've been gardening for years, you've grown petunias. These aren't petunias, guys. They are not. They will blow your mind. They are less work. They take less of your energy. They have the best bloom power I've ever seen. You know, you talk about other petunias, grandma's petunias, we'll call them that. by July, they're leggy. They're leggy. They've lost their blooms. They're going to seed. You know, these guys are going to last from planting until frost. Little tip, some of mine, I didn't have much in the ground last year. I had left a couple in the containers as well. November, I'm in Michigan. It had snowed twice. They were fine. These are hardy, strong plants that tolerate gardeners like me. The most bang for your buck. Our Vista SuperTunias fill up a 3-foot space, at least, all the way around. You're going to notice them from the street. You got to do it. You just got to try out the SuperTunias. If you don't know where to start, if you're a beginner gardener, and there's so many options, I know, follow your heart, plant what you love, but try SuperTunias. You will not be disappointed. Grab some Proven Winter soil, some time release, water soluble, and your favorite SuperTunia. And your mind will be blown. And an Aquapot while you're at it, because you only have to water once a week. All right, any other comments or questions? Okay.
Does Olivia have a favorite annual?
Olivia, do you have a favorite annual?
Lantana, because it's easy.
Lantana, because it's easy. A girl after my own heart. Lantana is easy. Drought tolerant, heat tolerant. The summer heat kicks in, and that's when it takes off. Lots of pretty colors, bicolored blooms.
Biden's marshmallow.
Biden's marshmallow. See? You guys know I'm not the only one that has 47 favorites. Biden's marshmallow. Olivia did that in the beds in the back of the garden last year. And I didn't really know about Biden's, to be honest. It was not one that had ever caught my eye. Marshmallow, whoa baby. There we go. Whoa babies. All over the place. So Biden's marshmallow, Lantana.
Ryan says, thank you for all the hard work and information every week. I learn so much every time for a beginning gardener.
Thank you so much for watching, Ryan, and for your comment. We love that. Oh, that's something. So if you're still here, no idea how many of you there are, but we've been talking about doing a different time for our lives. I know 2 o'clock is in the middle of the day. We're open, we're flexible, we're easy. So if you would rather see this in the morning at like 10 or later in the afternoon, like 3:30, if I keep blabbing and take another hour of everyone's time, we might have to keep it more like 3. But what sounds better for you guys? What's best? Are you having to watch and keep it on low volume? Is your boss watching? You know, let us know what time of day works best to do these Facebook Lives, because they're so fun. I'm having fun. I didn't believe it, but here we are. I love talking with you. I love when you leave us comments and ask questions. I can be the crazy plant lady till I'm blue in the face. But we've got the best plants, guys. So buy them up. ProvenWinnersDirect.com. Thank you so much for joining us today. The discount goes until midnight. It's in the comments and in the description. Have so much fun planting. It's time to plant. Go plant and have so much fun. We'll see you next week. See you later. Adios. Thanks for watching.